All right, it's Greggatron. Three things. First of all, I hope you're having a good weekend. Second of all, I hope you like my haircut. And third of all, I hope you like my shirt. Yeah. Got the good book on there. Alright, this video today is about this. Yes, sir. Let me get it in the shot. Is it just you guys, or do I feel like a kid on Christmas morning? I feel like I'm a kid on show and tell, right? So I showed you this business card in the past. I went on a trip to Hannibal, Missouri earlier this month, and it's called Noblewares. I'll put these guys in the description box. That's where I got the good Legolas swords. I felt like I had to have this because Legolas is my favorite character from Lord of the Rings. The part number is U as in Ulysses, C as in Cat 1372. It says Fighting Knives of Legolas, handcrafted in Taiwan from 2003. All right. There's the back of the box. You can pause that if you need to. Good pictures. All right. These guys had a lot of good stuff. And if you don't live in the area of Missouri, you can actually go to their website and buy stuff online. So, without further ado, here they are. Here they are. They are alive and well. Oh yeah. I love these things a lot, man. These things, so much fun. So much fun. I know Legolas would keep him behind his back. Maybe standing straight up in the show, but let me show them before I start talking about them. Let me at least show you what's going on before I just start waving stuff around. Wow. Aren't these like beautiful? Yes. They're identical, so it's not like one is different from the other. So I'll put one down in the meantime, just so I can explain. It says some things right here. I'll read it to you. Lord of the Rings. It's got the part number. I just told you that. Under LIC, no NLP, Inc. Handcrafted in Taiwan. So basically the same thing the box says. This is a total replica, like to the core. Alright, let's start with the handle. Very, very smooth. This feels like, I wish you guys could feel it. I'll try to describe it as best as I can. It's like bone or a hardwood floor or something. Just, this has to be the smoothest surface I have. At least one of them. One of the smoothest swords. Alright. Even this part's smooth. But, oh, these are just perfect. Because the handle and the blade go so well together. And there's also a little design on the blade. And be careful when you're wielding these. you could flip it wrong or drop it on accident, or it could slide out of your hand. If you're not paying attention, you don't want to stab yourself in the foot or, you know, someone close by. Be mindful, don't be an idiot. But, or you don't want to like poke a hole in your furniture or your ceiling, you know. But let's talk about the blade real quick. You see more elven designs. More elven designs. I'm trying to expose the design. Because depending on where you're standing and how the camera's set up, you can't get the proper lighting. There we go. There we go. See that design? There we go. Very cool. Very cool. Not only does it look nice, but the blade is actually very nice. I mean, extremely sharp. These are definitely some of my sharper blades. And these came like this. Now, you can always get your stuff sharpened. But this being a replica and something that hangs on the wall, I'm probably not going to sharpen it. And speaking of the wall, it comes with this. So this is upstairs on my wall. And then these two hooks. That's what supports the handle. Oops, excuse me. That supports the handle. And then there's some knobs, or there's a knob down there that supports the blades. So they're not going anywhere. As long as you got, you know, a stud finder or something. Even if it's into straight drywall, you'll be alright, because these aren't very heavy. So it's not going to hurt anything. Alright. I really like these. These are just incredible. Now, I'm going to show you a size comparison real quick. Alright. So, I showed you this in another video. This is that Gilhibben battle knife. Bowie. So this sword compared to a... Some people say Bowie. I say Bowie. See there, it's a little bit longer. Now you got that. This is a dagger to a katana set. This is actually my first sword. I'll show it off in a different video. Take that sheath off. So Legolas' sword is a little bit smaller than a dagger. Turn it this way. Yep. It's just so comfortable in your hand. I wish you guys could feel it. It's great. Now, compared to Kenshin Himura's reverse blade sword, this I showed in my last video. It's about half the size of a katana, I guess you could say. About half. Something I forgot to mention yesterday. This sword, the blade is thinner than a traditional katana. It's not as thick. So check that video out from yesterday. But yeah, I don't have any complaints. Now there is one thing. It would have been kind of cool if they gave me like a pack that like a sheath, something I could put them both in. Because Legolas did carry them on his back. But that's not even a complaint. It just would have been nice. The blades are incredible. I think I like the handles more than the blades, in all honesty, because they're just so comfortable. They're just so smooth. These things are like smooth as eggs. I feel like Cervantes off of Soul Calibur. I got too much stuff in here to really swing him around. But as far as the self-defense aspect goes, I'd be perfectly comfortable using these. If somebody kicks that door down right now, I'd be very comfortable using these to just... You know what I mean? Like, if you come in someone's home and they got swords, just leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't F around. But yeah, they're really lightweight. I mean, they probably weigh as much as like an Xbox controller. That's how much they weigh. I mean, you could just... Yeah. They're so comfortable, you don't even realize you have them in your hand. Which makes sense because the character Legolas in Lord of the Rings, he was an elf. And these guys never aged. And there was a scene in Lord of the Rings where he's walking on top of snow. And everybody else, they're sinking in the snow. And he was always a quote-unquote lightweight character. Not in the sense that he wasn't important. He was light in the sense that he just didn't weigh much. And these guys didn't eat a whole lot of food. They weren't like men, you know, like humans. Or like when he jumped up on the horse, Gimli had the horse. And then Legolas, he just swung up so easily. And there's another scene where he runs up this giant elephant. This guy was very agile, very free. It was always easy for him to maneuver and navigate and battle. So it made sense for him to have a weapon so lightweight because it matches his character, it matches his personality, it matches his battle technique, his form, I guess you could say, his style. So these really do fit the character. Like they speak to Legolas in so many volumes, it doesn't even make sense. Like, these swords are right up his alley. No one else should be able to... Well, I shouldn't say that, but nobody else should be even using these but him. Now, there's a female elf in Lord of the Rings. I can't remember her name, but she had swords similar to this. They looked different. They were more of a darker brown, and the blades were a little different, I'm sure, but elves use different techniques in the same way dwarves do. Hobbits have different swords. Gandalf, different wizards. The Nazgul men, obviously, they all use different swords, different weapons that kind of represent their style, their character. But yeah, this is so... Hold on, let me show you this. Yeah. This is just so Legolas, man. And again, he was my favorite character. He traditionally used a bow. He would only break these out if push came to shove. Like, if all else failed, then he would bust these out. And don't let the size fool you. They did damage, bro. They did damage. What would I give these? I would give them a 10 out of 10 just because they look so stone cold alike for the movie. I mean, the writers of Lord of the Rings must be proud. Or the writer. Alright, now let me get some poses in real quick. Just so you can see the size comparison. For my physique, I'm 6 feet tall. Alright. My tag is sticking out. So unprofessional. There we go. That's that. There we go. Hit you with that. Cervantes stance. Shout out to my brother. I got you with that Kuma stance. I'm having a lot of fun with these videos. Hit you with that Aoshi Shinomori. Yeah. And like I said, just be careful you don't drop them on the floor. You don't want to tear your floor up. You don't want to drop them on your foot. Yeah. All right. 16 minutes. That's long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would like to get King Theoden's sword from Lord of the Rings. He was the king of Rohan. Excuse me. So, you probably will see that in the future. Yeah. And stay tuned. Decisions on my next video. I got some videos coming up. I got an idea for y'all. Yeah, but if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, let me know so we can talk about it. I've been watching Lord of the Rings since I was a kid. I was in the 4th grade. I told my dad about it. He got on it. My sister used to watch it with us. My brothers. Everybody in the house watched Lord of the Rings except for my mom. She didn't care for it. But we had homies in school growing up. They watched that stuff. The Hobbit was cool too. I didn't like The Hobbit as much as Lord of the Rings. I like The Hobbit Part 2 a lot better than the other two. But still, you can't go wrong with Bilbo Baggins. You can't go wrong with Mr. Frodo. I could talk about Lord of the Rings for another half hour if you let me, but I'm not going to do you like that. One more pose. He was so smooth, man. He would just, yeah, man. And I love the character because he was so clean and smooth. You know what I'm saying? He was the freshest character in that movie. And as far as the bow and arrow goes, he never missed. Never. He was a rebel of his own. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I hope you have a good Halloween. Speaking of that, I'm going to get ready for a Halloween party right now. You'll see my Afro Samurai Captain America gear again. And peace.